Hey guys, it's Nick from Pick'em and I'm back with another UFC Fight Night video. I'm gonna be doing quick picks for this video. We have 12 fights now as of right now. They might add more fights later on, but let's do a quick recap for last weekend. We went 8-3 overall, and for best bets, we went 2-3. We cashed on Kevin Holland at -145. And then we cast down Cesar Vergara at -165. We lost on Dustin Poirier because he got head kicked like crazy. We lost on De Lima, and then we lost on Matthew Semmelsberger. Matthew Semmelsberger looked pretty damn good in the first round, but it just seemed like he got kind of tired towards the end. After about 7 minutes, he just looked kind of gassed out there, and Medical was able to get him out of there by TKO. And then for favor underdogs, we cashed on Alex Pereira at +105. This was at +105 when I got it. And Priscilla Cachoeira just got dominated by Maverick. And then for safety parlay, I had Roman Kopylov, Gabriel Bonfim, and Bobby Green. And this cashed at +132, guys. So I'm really happy that the safety parlay cashed. And let's keep it going. Let's move on to the next card now. For the first fight of the card, we have the first fight on the prelims: Ade Osborne versus Asu Almabayev. And I'm gonna go with Ade Osborne. I just think he's the more experienced guy at the UFC level, fighting the much better competition. This guy's been going split decisions against some next cans at Brave FC. I'm just not too impressed. And look at these 3-1 guys, 10-1. I mean, that's okay, man. But I never heard of this organization, NISA. And then this other, these guys. He went to split decision with that with this guy, who I think was in the UFC at one point. Yeah, he was in the UFC and Bellator, so that's a pretty good win, but it's split decision. I think Ade Osborne is going to defend some takedowns here and keep it on the feet and light him up on the feet and win by decision. So I'm going to go Ade Osborne by decision. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims: Sean Woodson versus Marlon Santos. And I'm going to go with Sean Woodson. He's much more experienced, much better striking. And this guy, he's been fighting pretty good competition. He faced against Daniel Argueta, who's a UFC fighter, but he got TKO'd, ground and pounded by Argueta, who's not really known for his power, more known for his wrestling than punching power. So I think Sean Woodson can stay at range. He's the taller guy here at 6'2" with a 79-inch reach. He's got a 7-inch reach advantage over Santos. Let's look at the odds. I'm not sure if the odds are out for the odds are out. It's a -125 for Sean Woodson. It's pretty damn good odds. I think Sean Woodson is like a lock on this one. One of the most confident bets on this card, I think Sean Woodson. I think he's gonna win by decision or TKO. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims: Jake Hadley versus Cody Durden. Man, I'm really impressed by Jake Hadley. After his UFC debut, he is really turning it around. He's really well-rounding his game now, looking much better. He looked really good against Carlos Candelario and then Malcolm Gordon. But Cody Durden is a lot tougher than his last two wins. Cody Durden has a relentless wrestling pressure he's going to use. He's going to keep the pace on you. He's going to keep the pressure. He's going to keep the cardio. The only thing that worries me about Jake Hadley is we're not sure if he's able to... what if he gets grappled? I mean, he lost before by getting out-grappled by Alan Nascimento, who's a huge for 125 weight class. But I'm going to go with Cody Durden. I know he's taking this fight in short notice, but I just think Jake Hadley, I mean, he is improving a lot, but I think Cody Durden is in his prime right now, and I think his wrestling is going to be too much for Jake Hadley. So let's go Cody Durden by decision. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims. We have Billy Quarantillo versus Damon Jackson. And man, I really wanted to pick Damon Jackson as underdog here because this dude is good, man. This dude's got good skills all around. He's not the best striker, but he can still knock people a lot. I mean, the way he just knocked Pat Sabatini out with that kick, flying kick. I think it was a flying knee that he knocked him out with. Was just insane, you know. But Billy Quarantillo is a striker. I mean, this dude is not gonna back down. He's gonna put the pressure on you. He's gonna put the pace on you. He's gonna back you to the cage and just let go and put the volume on Damon Jackson. I think Billy Quarantillo is gonna get a late TKO here, maybe a second or third round TKO for Billy Quarantillo. Let's go. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims. We have Jeremiah Wells versus Carlston Harris. And I'm going to go with Jeremiah Wells, man. I just think his wrestling, his grappling, his jiu-jitsu is at a much higher level than Carlston Harris. And Jeremiah Wells is really tough, man. That fight against Matthew Semmelsberger, this dude got dropped like 2 or 3 times. And he was still smart enough. He still had the fight IQ to not just stay at range and try to strike back with Matthew Semmelsberger. As soon as he got hurt, he started grappling, taking Matthew Semmelsberger down and ground and pounding him. So that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I want to see from guys like guys like Jeremiah Wells. If you're hurt, I want to see you shoot a takedown, go for the grappling, and I think Wells is gonna take Harris down, take his energy, and just maybe finish him late TKO, ground and pound, or submission. I think Jeremiah Wells is gonna ground and pound him. Let's go Jeremiah Wells by ground and pound TKO. He might even knock him out on the feet. I mean, Jeremiah Wells has some power, and Harris is dangerous too on the feet. I mean, he's got good submissions also. But I just think Wells is just at a higher level than Carlston. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims where we have Raoni Barcelos versus Kyler Phillips. And man, everyone's picking Kyler Phillips right now. It's crazy to me. This dude hasn't fought in over a year and 3 months. And Barcelo has been active, man. I know he hasn't won all his fights. Like, he's lost to Umar Nurmagomedov, lost to Victor Henry, lost to Timur Valiev. But man, Barcelo has all the skills. The only thing that worries me is his age. He's 36 years old. So that does worry me a little bit. But I think Kyler is gonna have a little bit of a rust in the first round. He's gonna have to get used to the timing and everything. Get comfortable back in the cage fighting in front of all these people. I know Kyler Phillips is a very talented fighter. He's a striker mostly. He's got good power. But I think Barcelo can still win this fight as a dog. I took him at plus 170. That's what he's sitting at. He's sitting at plus... let's look at the line here. Barcelo is sitting at plus 170, plus 140 at some places, plus 165. On DraftKings, he's sitting at plus 154 right now. I'm glad I took him at plus 170 or plus 180. So the pick is Raoni Barcelos by decision. I just got to see more from Kyler Phillips. If he dominates Raoni Barcelos, I will probably jump on the Kyler Phillips hype train. But for now, I'm gonna go with the tested UFC guy, Raoni Barcelos. Let's go to the main card now, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, leave a comment below for your boy for the algorithm. Now we have Ignacio Bahamondes versus Ludovic Klein. And Ignacio Bahamondes is 6'3" with a 75.5-inch reach, whereas Ludovic Klein is 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. So there's a big height advantage for Bahamondes here. Ignacio Bahamondes is a much better striker. A lot of power, a lot of variation in strikes. He's going to throw a lot of spinning back kicks. He's going to throw a lot of front kicks. keep you at range and pick you apart with this long range attacks. And man, I'm really impressed by Ignacio Bahamondes. I took him at plus 200. I got a 1.5 unit on him right now on the money line. He's sitting at minus 190 and minus 230, around minus 205 in DraftKings. So you're gonna get him at minus 200. If you can get him at minus 200 or even minus 200, 205, I think there's value there on Bahamondes. He might even knock Klein out. I mean, this dude is very dangerous. He's got good power. He's got good submissions also. He's not just a grappler. I'm really confident that Ignacio Bahamondes is gonna win this fight. Let's go Ignacio Bahamondes. I'm gonna say by maybe club and sub. I'm just gonna say by decision. Ignacio Bahamondes by decision, but the money line is where the value is at. Let's go to the next fight on the main card. We have Tanner Boser versus Alexu Kamur, and I'm gonna go with Alexu Kamur, man. I know he's been away for over 2 years, but I'm just not impressed by Tanner Boser, man. I picked him in the last fight against Ian Cutelaba, and a lot of people were picking him. He looked really good. He had a six-pack and everything, but I just like whenever I see him out there, he just gets like bullied, man. He just let Ian Cutelaba bully him, back him to the cage, and just didn't. He just looked shook. Just doesn't like Tanner Boser. He doesn't go out there and put the pressure on his opponents. He just wants to counter strike. Like that's not. He doesn't have the chin to absorb the power from these heavyweights or light heavyweights. Like I'm just not. Like every fight, his only last one win in the last 5 fights is over Owen St. Preux, and St. Preux is like should be in retirement, should be retired right now. I'm just gonna pick Kamur, man. I think that he's younger, 27 years old. He's still improving. I know there's a big experience gap here, but I think Kamur training with Stipe Miocic and those guys, I think he can pull this out. I'm just not impressed by Tanner Boser, and I just can't take Tanner Boser. If he was a dog in this fight, I would take Tanner Boser, but at minus 180, Tanner Boser. Let's look at the minus 175, minus 165. I just can't trust Boser at minus one at minus 150 or minus 180. I'm gonna go with the dog here at minus 155 or minus 1. Alexa Kamur minus 130, minus 135. I'm gonna say Alexa Kamur by decision, or maybe even a TKO. Like this dude, I just don't trust Tanner Boser's durability. That's why I'm gonna go with the Kamur by. I'm just gonna say decision because he's been away for a long time. I think he's gonna come back and put the volume on Tanner Boser and win this fight. Let's go to the next fight on the main card, where we have Gavin Tucker versus Diego Lopez. Man, Gavin Tucker has been out for so long, but he's got some good wins at the UFC level. He's got a win over just Billy Quarantillo by a unanimous decision. Got a win over Justin Janis and Sang-Woo Choi. Sang-Woo Choi is not really all that good, but I'm gonna take the chance with the slight favorite here, Diego Lopez. I was really impressed with him against Movsar Evloev. Man, I remember in that fight, I was waiting to live bet Movsar Evloev, and I got Movsar Evloev at like minus 115, I think it was, after the first round, because Diego Lopez had him in all sorts of trouble in that first and second round. But Diego Lopez has to be careful in this fight because Gavin Tucker is a good grappler. He can take him down over and over, and he can't just stay on his back and try to go for submissions. He's gonna have to defend the takedowns, and I think he can. I think there's a huge potential. He's faced good competition, man. He made his Contender Series debut against Joanderson Brito, who's an absolute savage, and he went to decision with him, man. This dude's got a good chin. And I trust Diego Lopez here. Gavin Tucker is coming off a crazy KO loss in the first round against Dan Ige. So you don't know how he's going to look. I'm going to take the minus 135 Diego Lopez. I think there is money coming in on Diego Lopez now. He's minus 160. I got him at minus 130. I put half a unit on him at minus 130. I just couldn't trust to put more units on him. I got to see Diego Lopez get a win at the UFC level for me to trust him more. For me to trust him more with my money. But for now, I got a half a unit play on Diego Lopez at minus 130. I think if you can get Diego Lopez at minus 150, I think there's value there. Or just take Diego Lopez by finish. I think he can finish Gavin Tucker. I'm gonna say submission. Diego Lopez by submission. Let's go to the next fight on the main card. We have Dustin Jacoby versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Man, I'm going to go with Kennedy Nzechukwu. I picked him in his last fight too against Devin Clark. A lot of people were picking Devin Clark because Devin Clark is a good grappler. But this fight really favors Kennedy, man. You know why? Because Dustin Jacoby is not a grappler. He's a striker, kickboxer. So Kennedy Nzechukwu, I mean, he's got good grappling also. He's got submissions too at the UFC level. He submitted Devin Clark in his last fight. He's got these long arms that he can submit you with. He can take you down also, ground and pound you. And I just think Kennedy's right now he knows what he's doing. He's on a roll right now, man. I just think he's got what it takes to get a win over Dustin Jacoby, who's not looking all that good anymore. He just looked like he just didn't want to be there against Azamat Murzakhonov. And I picked Azamat as a plus 250 favorite underdog in that fight against Dustin Jacoby too. Because I just don't trust Dustin Jacoby, man. He just wants to stay at range and land these pitter-patter shots, not trying to really hurt you. And I just can't trust Dustin Jacoby to go out there and put everything on the line. I mean, in that fight against Murzakhonov, in the third round, Azamat was gassed. And you know what Dustin Jacoby does? This dude just tries to grapple him. Like, what are you doing, dude? Azamat couldn't even stand on his feet, and he was so gassed. He could have finished Murzakhonov in that last round, but instead he goes for a stupid takedown. There's no way I can trust Dustin Jacoby here. I'm going to go with Kennedy. I'm going to say Kennedy by submission or TKO. I think Kennedy Nzechukwu by I'm going to go submission. Kennedy by rear naked choke submission. Let's go to the next fight, the co-main event of the evening. We have Jessica Andrade versus Tatiana Suarez. And I'm going to go with Tatiana Suarez, man. I really wanted to pick Jessica Andrade as a dog because she's come through as a dog before against Amanda Lemos, I think it was. And she just choked her out. So it's not like Tatiana Suarez is an absolute lock because this is a big step up in competition for her. And Jessica Andrade, I mean, even though she's on a 2-fight losing streak, but those two fighters are really good. Erin Blanchfield and Yan Xiaonan. But it just looks like Jessica Andrade, she's not really going out there to get a win. It's more of just to get a paycheck. I mean, she just threw some wild shots in the last fight against Yan Xiaonan and got countered and got knocked out clean. I just think Suarez is going to take her down right away. And since Jessica Andrade took this on short notice, I think she's not going to be able to defend the takedowns. And Suarez is going to find a submission. I'm going to go Tatiana Suarez by first round submission. Let's go to the main event of the evening. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment below. Just leave a W in the comments. It really helps more people find my videos. And now we have Cory Sandhagen versus Rob Font. Man, Rob Font is a really good boxer, man. He's a really good fighter. I can't believe people are writing him off against Adrian Yanez. If you go back and watch my video watch my prediction for that fight, I picked Rob Font because I just couldn't believe he was like a plus 200 underdog in that fight, which is absolutely insane. Because Adrian Yanez, I mean, he hadn't faced anyone. Rob Font was a big step up for Adrian Yanez, and he got knocked out clean in the first round. But this is a different fight, man. I'm gonna go with Cory Sandhagen here. Cory Sandhagen just looks better and better every time we see him. He does exactly like what you want him to do out there. He stays at range, doesn't take unnecessary risk, mixes in takedowns, and like his opponents just don't know when to let their strikes go. They're too worried about him. Like Cory Sandhagen, I was watching his interview, and what he said was he throws a lot of strikes out there to confuse his opponents. He doesn't want to give him time to think and set anything up. That's why he goes out there and throws a lot of volume. Even against, let's look at the Cory Sandhagen. I think his last fight was against Vera. Stats. He mixed in like 3 or 4 takedowns if I remember correctly. Cory Sandhagen. Yeah, let's look at the stats. See, so Cory Sandhagen landed 128 strikes of 286. That's almost 50% significant strikes that Cory Sandhagen was landing over Marlon Vera. And Marlon Vera had Rob Font in all sorts of trouble. The problem for Rob Font is he doesn't throw a lot of kicks out there. He's mostly just a boxer, and he doesn't. He's very tough and durable. He's never been knocked out, but he does get knocked down a lot of times. He's been knocked down a bunch of times by Marlon Vera, a bunch of other guys too. I just think Cory Sandhagen, man, this dude, he's looking better and better every time we see him. I just think it's going to be too much for Rob Font, and Rob Font taking this on short notice is not going to help him here. I think Cory Sandhagen is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. I don't see him finishing Rob Font. Maybe he could, but Rob Font is very, very tough, man. Maybe you can find a submission, because that's the only way I see him finishing Rob Font. He's not going to knock Rob Font out. And I think Cory Sandhagen is a very good parlay piece here. So, alright guys, so that's my pick, Cory Sandhagen by unanimous decision. Guys, subscribe to my channel, help me get to 100 subscribers. And I'm going to be making the best bets video, the parlay safety parlay, and the favorite underdogs video soon. So please stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification, turn on the notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. Bye now. Take care.